Hello, everyone, and welcome to the November edition of the Be Alert. For those joining us for the very first time, Be Alert simply means Veritas Alert. And on this platform, we will let you in on the happenings in the Catholic churches in the Archdiocese of Benin City. My name is Amachiko Sisochukwu.
And I'm Gloria Aigbefo. The Veritas newspaper remains the official newspaper of the Catholic Archdiocese of Benin City. And on this November edition, we'll be putting you through the event that took place within the Archdiocese and beyond.
With me here is a copy of the Veritas newspaper, and you can get this in any Catholic church around you in the Archdiocese of Benin City. Or you can head down to our office at number 34 Airport Road to get a copy for just 200 naira. Before we move down to the business of the day, Gloria, how have you been?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
I am okay. We are in Nigeria. Nigeria is treating us the way it is treating us. But that is, by the way, we will go down to the major headline now. It says how Akubeze issued an edict in Benin City for the promotion of Vivian Ogu's beatification and canonization. How Akubeze issued an edict in Benin City for the promotion of Vivian Ogu's beatification and canonization. And this story is on page 3 of the Veritas newspaper. The Archbishop of Benin City, His Grace Most Reverend Dr. Augustine Obiora Akubeze, has issued an edict that calls on members of the public to come forward with testimonies, whether positive or negative, on the life of Vivian Ogu, which could be used for or against the cause of her beatification and canonization. Speaking on the missionary example of Vivian Ogu, Akubeze clarified that it is indeed true that there are other girls in the Archdiocese who were also killed at various times because they refused to be sexually defiled. But it is important to state that in the case of Vivian Ogu, there is an extraordinary involvement in the mission of Christ. Vivian's cause to sainthood is not just being facilitated due to her resistance in succumbing to sexual violation. Rather, her lifestyle created moral impacts for her younger peers to emulate before her martyrdom. And it is noteworthy that out of thousands of biographies of heroic missionary figures submitted to Pope Francis on October 2019, only 25 names were chosen, and our own Vivian Ogu was one of the 25. To read more about this, just head down to page 3 of the Veritas newspaper.
And here is another headline. Knights of St. John International set to build a temple in Benin City as Akubeze lays foundation stone. This story is on the front page, starts from the front page of the Veritas newspaper. Recently, the Archbishop of Benin City, Most Reverend Dr. Augustine Obiora Akubeze, laid the foundation stone for the construction of Knights of St. John International Temple and Event Center, worth about 50 million naira, and St. John Newman Catholic Church, Idokba, after the Benin Ekpoma bypass in Benin City. The Knights of St. John International has set in motion the building of a befitting place for her spiritual and social activity. The Catholic Church is all about growth and development, and we are happy to get good news coming up from the different parishes and different societies of the church, aiming after spirituality of everyone and the growth of the church. We say big congratulations to Knighthood of St. John International.
And on page 47, we have Pope appeals for release of hostages, entry of humanitarian aid into Gaza. Pope appeals for release of hostages, entry of humanitarian aid into Gaza. Pope Francis has once again appealed for the release of Israeli hostages and entry of humanitarian aid into Gaza. He made this appeal at the general audience in St. Peter's Square as he addressed Italian-speaking pilgrims. Some countries, including the United States, Canada, Russia, and several Arab states, are pushing for either a pause or a ceasefire in fighting between Israel and Hamas in the Gaza Strip so that humanitarian aid can be delivered to the besieged Palestinian civilians. The Pope said he was very concerned and grieved by the crisis, noting that he is close to all affected and also praying for them. And speaking on the effects of war, he described war as a defeat and destruction of human fraternity while appealing to them to stop all the wars.
And on page 5, we have our decision CWON's 2023 seminar launches Mediatrix magazine. Our decision CWON's 2023 seminar launches Mediatrix magazine. So this story is on page 5 of the Veritas newspaper. The Catholic Women Organization of Nigeria in Benin City Archdiocese has concluded her 3-day annual seminar in which the 22nd edition of her Mediatrix magazine titled Protection of the Family with the sub-theme The Dignity of a Woman in the Society Nation was launched. The 2023 edition of the seminar that was hosted by Igobazua Dinari TWO was held at St. Paul Minor Seminary in Benin City, was as well attended by Catholic women from different parishes across the Archdiocese. The Archdiocesan CWO President, Dr. Lady Felicia Egbase, in her note of appreciation, expressed gratitude to the Archbishop, chaplain, sister advisor, guests, as well as all Christ faithful for their prayers, presence, moral, and financial support towards a successful event. She further went on to appreciate the people of Igobazua Dineri. So this story is on page 5 of the Veritas newspaper.
And this is one from Abuja. Dominican Sisters Medishare grants scholarships to 20 girls in Bauchi. Dominican Sisters Medishare grants scholarships to 20 girls in Bauchi. In Abuja, the Dominican Sisters, in collaboration with Medishare, have granted partial scholarships to 20 pupils of Our Lady's Nursery, Primary, and Secondary School in Bauchi State. This scholarship was granted for the 2023/2024 academic session and targets parents who cannot afford sound education for their children. Explaining the reason for the scholarship, the principal of the school, Reverend Sister Joy Okocha, said that the situation in the country is no more palatable. And so they thought it was wise to meet with one or two people who could help with the situation in the schools. Knowing that the girl child is vulnerable in the northern part of the country and that some of them get married at a very tender age. So Medishare saw it wise to be of assistance to some pupils and requested for the girl child. And that is why the scholarship is going to female pupils in the basic sections only. So to read more about this story, just head down to page 12 of the Veritas newspaper.
Now on Above the Masthead, my 25 years as a female religious has been a sweet, sad journey, but God has been faithful. Unwosa. This is on page 7 of the Veritas newspaper. It was indeed a day of joyful celebration for Sister Magdalene Mary Uchechukwu Unwosa, EHJ, of the Institute of the Sisters of Eucharistic Heart of Jesus, who recently marked her 25th anniversary of religious profession of vows at a special liturgical celebration presided by the Archbishop of Benin City, Most Reverend Dr. Augustine Obiora Akubeze, at Sacred Heart Catholic Church, Eboria, Benin City. In an interview session with Veritas, The female religious expressed her joy and gratitude to God for seeing her through in the past 25 years of her sisterhood. Sister Moses described the journey as one which is of sweet and sad experience. She further went on to say that 25 years is not a joke, just as the Archbishop earlier stated that every day that 25 years is not 25 days. So the sister she appreciated everybody that came to celebrate with her at Royal Sacred Heart Catholic Church, and she concluded by saying that we should remember that every day of our life should be the days of Thanksgiving. We should always remember to say thank God for what he has been doing and what he will continue to do. We say big congratulations to Sister Magdalene for her 25 years as a sister in the Catholic Archdiocese of Benin City.
Another headline here says, Catholic lawyers urged to be righteous amidst corrupt people at Archdiocesan votive mass. Catholic lawyers urged to be righteous amidst corrupt people at Archdiocesan votive mass. The Archbishop of Benin City has charged members of the Catholic Lawyers Association of the Archdiocese of Benin City to lead by example by exhibiting God-fearing character in the discharge of their responsibility and duties. He gave this charge while preaching his homily titled, "You Are a Hiding Place for Me," at the 2023 Catholic Lawyers in Benin City Archdiocese votive mass to usher in the new legal year at St. Paul's Catholic Church. He advised them to stand for what is right, especially in the face of enticing corrupt offers and moral decadence. He also added that in giving right judgments, the lawyers are imitating God, whom he described as the true judge, adding that on the last day they will give accounts to God for how they have handled the legal cases before them and how they have used their knowledge to make the society a better place. So I'll go ahead and read an excerpt from the Archbishop's homily here. It says, "But I wish to encourage you all to be courageous men and women of the bar and bench, to know that as Catholic lawyers you are different from any other lawyer, because you are called to use your profession to evangelize and to bring the justice of God to all and sundry. You must know that whenever you stand for what is right, you do not stand alone, but Christ stands with you. And so, my dear Catholic lawyers, do not allow yourselves to be swayed or lured by wealth, positions, or privileges that may come from perverting justice. Do not operate with the standards of those who act with the maxim of might is right." This is actually a very interesting topic, so just go to page 5 to read more about it.
And now on page 6, we have a very interesting one. Say no to drug. Irabo urges Nigerians as St. Jude's Catholic Church embark on crusade against drug abuse. You know, drug abuse is something that we most times, if you have been following now, these are newspaper review. We keep talking about it, both from the Universal Church and down to Nigeria here. Keep it's a reoccurring story, and we keep writing on it so that the need for us to say no to drug will be very, very paramount. So as part of its effort on ameliorating the effect of drugs abuse in the society, the Catholic Men Organization of Nigeria, CMON, of St. Jude's Catholic Church, Iwogban, Ikobahi in Benin City, recently embarked on a seminar in campaign against illicit use of hard drugs and other substances amongst youth in the environment. Seminar paper titled "Prevalence of Drug Abuse in Our Contemporary Society" on Nigeria's Independence Day. The parish CMO chairman, Mr. Godfrey O.A. Irabo, has called on Nigerians, especially the young generation, to say no to illicit use of drugs. Let's have it at the back of our mind that, you know, this drug abuse has its own effects, very strong effect on the young people, or even on older children. So, and as such, anyone found with such under the influence of this substance, you find them because they constitute nuisance within the society, find them fighting and committing crimes, burglary, terrorism, and so on and so forth, and other social vices. So let's say no to illegal use of these substances. So if you want to get to know what took place, to get more details of the story, is on page 6 of the Veritas newspaper.
And below the masthead, stolen tabernacle. My lowest point in the priesthood, says Nkom, as faithful converged at St. Augustine for Archdiocesan Mass of Reparation. If you can recall, in the October edition of this Be Alert, we talked about the stolen tabernacle, which was from St. Augustine Catholic Church, and how robbers broke into the church and made away with the Blessed Sacrament. So, in view of that, members of Christ Faithful, led by the Archbishop of Benin City, congregated at St. Augustine Catholic Church for a Mass of Reparation. The parish priest, Reverend Father Anthony Nkom, has described the stolen tabernacle in the parish as his lowest point in the priestly ministry. And he added that he never imagined in his life that someone will come into the parish, into the church, and make away with the tabernacle, seeing it's a very it's something that is really sacrilegious. And the Archbishop in his homily explained that the Mass of Reparation was to enable the faithful seek the Lord's mercy and pray for God to forgive all the damages that has been done against the Lord Jesus in the Blessed Sacrament. But to read more about this story, just head on to page 3 of the Veritas newspaper.
And still on page 6 of the Veritas newspaper, we have 168 confirmed as SS Philip and James Uwasota as Akubeze visit parish community. A total of 160 parishioners of St. Philip and James Catholic Church Uwasota in Benin City has been administered the sacrament of confirmation, which eventually made them to become full members of the church. The Archbishop disclosed this during the homily, that we are only tenants in the vineyard of God, and efforts. And as such, during the homily, he also officially welcomed and appreciated the parish priest, Reverend Father Dennis Bruno, who was recently transferred to the parish. And he further went on to say that confirmation ensures that faithful receive the fullness of the Holy Spirit, who they first receive at their baptism. Hence, he said, confirmation completes the rite of a Christian initiation into the church. So we say congratulations to the parishioners of St. Philip's and James Catholic Church at Uwasota.
The last one here says, beware of fake eye doctors. Eguavon urges Nigerians. Beware of fake eye doctors. Eguavon urges Nigerians. Nigerians has been urged to be wary of the operation of quacks and fake eye doctors, so as not to put their eyesight in jeopardy. The chairman of Nigerian Optometric Association Edo State Chapter, Dr. Charles Eguavon, gave this charge while delivering his message during the 2023 World Sight Day. He warned people against fraudulent NGOs, quacks, and also said that the association has embarked on a campaign to dismantle the web of fake NGOs who deceive the masses with empty promises. He also stated that their mission is to expose these charades and ensure that our people receive genuine, life-changing eye care. This story is on page 38 of the Veritas newspaper.
And now we are through with the headlines of the front page of the Veritas newspaper. We are now headed down to page 10, where we have our editorial, and it's titled Crude Oil Theft, Burning of Vessels Caught with Stolen Crude Not a Solution. Crude oil theft, burning of vessels caught with stolen crude not a solution. You know, the destruction of vessels among They said the destruction of vessel amounts to destruction of evidence that can be used for prosecuting corporates who consequently may be set free, perhaps to perfect their mode of stealing oil next time. When someone is caught in the act of crime, what do? You do a proper investigation and make sure that the person is put to face the wrath of the law. So when all these vessels are being vandalized or people go there to steal use our crude, and the next thing you do is to just go and set fire and burn the place. I said that is not the solution. What should be the solution? What do you think we can do? Go see. According to the editorial.
For a start, according to editorial, oil theft is already a loss to the country, first of all. And then when this oil theft is thwarted, the stolen crude is destroyed with its contents, making it a double loss to the country and to the economy. And for a country like Nigeria, which survives barely on borrowing, it doesn't make sense. Economically, it doesn't make sense to burn crude oil. What happened to confiscating the product, maybe selling it, and then take back the proceeds to the Federation purse?
Yes.
That would have been an easier, much better one. So than burning, because you burning the vessel and everything in it is like you're trying to cover up a crime that nobody's accusing you of. And also, this editorial also talked about illegal refineries. There are some bypass of some illegal refineries in Warri, River State, Warri, especially Warri. So yes, and then when they according to them, when they catch these people who run these illegal refineries, they just close it down and then burn down everything. Why can't you make the illegal refineries legal? We have 4 refineries that are not working currently in the country, and then you find an illegal refinery that is actually working and producing crude oil, producing fuel and everything that we need in this country, and you're closing it down for nothing. Why don't you legalize it? And then, since it's even a form of employment, there are actually people working there. Legalize it. It will even solve like 2 problems: economic problem and employment problems. That's 2 problems in one that you might have solved with that. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So that is the way I see it.
Well, is the solution the way forward? My own opinion, this is my own innocent opinion. I feel that you try to cover up a crime means there are persons directly involved in it that don't want it to be in the open. My opinion. So I don't really support this. What the editorial says is crude oil theft, burning of vessels caught with stolen crude is not a solution. So let us face the solution. That's here a paragraph here in the editorial said an oil producing country like Nigeria has no excuse being unable to monitor its oil and gas assets and production facilities. The Nigeria National Petroleum Company Limited, that is the NNPCL, has no excuse not to know which customer has been approved to load crude at which of its terminals, at what particular day and time, with adequate technology in place to monitor the processes. So there is need for the NNPC to do their own part. There should be proper monitoring.
Yeah, when I hear crude oil theft, I just try to picture it in my brain. Like, do these people come with guns and machetes and then just be like, hey, surrender, we're going to thief the crude oil? Or what?
I don't think it's that way.
Yes, because so how do they just catwalk into the premises and then take the oil, and then you watch them take the oil and leave?
Just that this Nigeria is not really, it's a country that you cannot, there's no proper investing. Even though there is, let me say, when the upper people at the top too, they are even somehow doing all these illegal things, their hands are there. Because if a common man is into all these things, there will be proper, we have the police, we have people to do investigation against all this illegal, we have the EFCC there. So when all these, there are companies or people trying to, I believe it's like a company, it's not, they don't carry gun up and down and having access to our oil, and there are people in charge. They should do proper investigation. They should monitor how oil goes out, how it goes, so that all these corrupt, or lots of questions that we have, we can find solution to them. I don't know, because you have any other thing to say?
No, that is, I don't know.
So there's still more to this editorial, but let's also have your own views on the comment section on what you think, what is the way forward. So here we'll now go on a commercial break. We'll be right back soon.
Hello there. Do you have an upcoming event? Or would you love the services of a printing press? I know two brands you can trust: Florid System Printing Press and Catholic Social Communication Benin are your best bet to deliver top-notch services at a very affordable rate. Florid System Printing Press specializes on all kinds of printing, ranging from notebooks, jotters, calendars, magazines, flyers, banners, and much more. While Catholic Social Communication Benin offers distinct video and photo coverage services nationwide for any event, be it weddings, funerals, birthdays, conferences, and lots more. Florid System Printing Press and Catholic Social Communication Benin are located at number 30 and 34 Airport Road beside St. Paul's Catholic Church, Benin City. For bookings or business inquiries, kindly contact us on 070-4387-3298. 070-4387-3298. Hello there. Do you have an upcoming event? Or would you love the services of a printing press? I know two brands you can trust: Florid System Printing Press and Catholic Social Communication Benin are your best bet to deliver top-notch services at a very affordable rate. Florid System Printing Press specializes on all kinds of printing, ranging from notebooks, jotters, calendars, magazines, flyers, banners, and much more. While Catholic Social Communication Benin offers distinct video and photo coverage services nationwide for any event, be it weddings, funerals, birthdays, conferences, and lots more. Florid System Printing Press and Catholic Social Communication Benin are located at number 30 and 34 Airport Road beside St. Paul's Catholic Church, Benin City. For bookings or business inquiries, kindly contact us on 070-4387-3298. 070-4387-3298.
You're welcome back from the commercial break. And just as we have news stories ranging from sports, entertainment, religion, we also have congratulatory messages, goodwill messages, and adverts on the VERITAS newspaper. And on this November edition, on page 13, we have photos from the 25th anniversary of Reverend Sister Magdalene Mary Unwosa, EHJ, at Sacred Heart Parish. And this is sponsored by Sister Magdalene. We say congratulations to her on that. And then we'll move down to page 21. Here we have Vivian Ogun Movement press conference and Archbishop Akubeze issue of edit on Vivian Ogun becoming blessed and saint. So this is by Vivian Ogun Movement. The pictures are there to display what and will take place during the conference. And now we are now headed down to page 22. Here we have a congratulatory message by Mr. and Mrs. Charles, sending in messages of felicitations to Very Reverend Father Dr. Michael Osezwa Oyanafo, who recently celebrated his 25th priestly ordination anniversary as a priest in the Catholic Archdiocese of Benin City. Also know that the Father Mike is also the Chancellor of the Catholic Archdiocese of Benin City. Then we now head down to the center spread, that is on page 24 and 25. Here we have a long epistle, good message, words of felicitation from Very Reverend Father Alfred Agbolahon to Very Reverend Father Dr. Michael Osezwa Oyanafo. He is also sending in words of congratulations to him on his silver jubilee as a priest in the Catholic Archdiocese of Benin City. Also, we'll now head down to page 27. Here we have two goodwill messages here. Firstly, from maiden edition of the Federation of Catholic Medical and Dental Students, Festival of Liturgical Music Competition. This is from the Uniben chapter. So they went for the competition and they came victorious. The first top 3 are placed on our newspaper. Then the other part says, congratulatory message, happy 36th priestly ordination to our amiable Archbishop of the Catholic Archdiocese of Benin City. And this is from the family of Dr. and Mrs. Charles Eguavon. So they are congratulating our Archbishop, Most Reverend Dr. Augustino Biora Akubeze, on his 36 years in the priesthood. So we'll move down to page 41. Here we also have scenes from the 25th priestly ordination anniversary of 6 priests in the Catholic Archdiocese of Benin City. You know, the Archbishop decided with the parishioners and priests religious of the Archdiocese to celebrate these 6 wonderful priests who recently celebrated their 25 years anniversary all together at St. Paul Catholic Church. So we'll now head down to page 2, where we have another advert there. We have another advert below, which is Archbishop Pastoral Visit and Confirmation at St. Philip and James Parish, Uwasota. And this is sponsored by Father Dennis Bruno. So, and above we have faces of some priests in the month of November. Here we have the celebrants, Very Reverend Father Benjamin Brodericks, Reverend Father Dr. Jude Anara, Very Reverend Father Stephen Dumbiri, Reverend Father Mark Ebosele, and Reverend Father Alphonsus. So we say big congratulations to them. So we'll now move down to Kosi, who will be letting us in on the columns and articles that appeared on our very own newspaper.
Well, because this paper is really rich in not just matters of the church, but also in different articles that encompasses stuff for youths, children, elderly, the aged, everything. It's in this paper. So I want to use this opportunity to thank some of our columnists, all our columnists who have been a great help to this paper. Without their articles and without, of course, their contributions to this paper, it would not be as rich as it is. So I am thanking, first of all, I'm thanking Catechist Francis Iyase, who is the columnist to Comic Gospel, which is, I think, most favorite of some people, most of our readers. I really thank him. He has been really consistent in sending this article. He never ever misses any publication. I also want to thank Father Timothy for his contribution. I want to thank Sakesti for his contribution. That is the columnist for Interior Life. I also want to thank Father Cyril Onyema, Catechist Cyril Onyema. I also want to thank Father Cyril for his contribution. In fact, I want to thank all of you for being our backbone for this paper. And also, I also want to let the viewers know, in case you want to be a columnist to the Veritas newspaper, you can send us a mail at veritasnewspapersbenin@gmail.com, or you can head down to our office, or you can also call us on the number that will be displayed on your screen.
Thank you, Kosi. So now we head down to the Sports Extra, and on this Sports Extra we have our sports analyst who is here to analyze the sport for us today, in the person of Oscar Adion. Oscar Adion, how are you doing?
I'm fine. Good afternoon, Gloria. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I can't wait to see the kind of rubber you brought with you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So, like, what is recent now? That's what we need to face now. The road to 2026 World Cup begins today. I hope I'm right. And there is a new goalkeeper in the Super Eagles team from Bender Insurance, Amas Obasogi. Oscar, please, what do you expect from them as they lost to Lesotho tonight?
Today will be a fierce encounter between the Super Eagles and the Crocodiles of Lesotho, which is a World Cup qualification which commenced today. So on 5 o'clock today, our local time. So the bone of contention is that we have a new goalkeeper in the Super Eagles setup, which is Omas Obasogie. He's a wonderful goalkeeper from the Better Insurance team, and it was not that it was called like that. There was a goalkeeper that was supposed to be on that list that were invited, but it pulled out of that invitation, so that give room to this Better Insurance fantastic goalie name Omas Obasogie, which everybody have been clamoring for. That is one of the best goalkeeper in the Nigeria Premier League. You understand? So it was not a fluke when it was invited to the Super Eagles to lock on the Crocodiles of Lesotho. So it is a wonderful one. So far this season, it has been a very top-notch. It has been fantastic, both domestic, home and away, keeping 6 clean sheets out of 8 matches. It is not easy. It's not a child's play. So today will be a remarkable one. So the likes of the Osimens, they are not in this team, which the Lesothos are happy that our number 1 striker, which is Osimhen, is not in this team. So they're happy that maybe the goals that they will concede today will not be much. So they're happy, but they don't know that we have some good strikers like the Wilfred, the what they call that Omans. So they are very good strikers in the Super Eagles setup, which they don't know that they can do damages to their team today. So it's a good one. We are expecting a lot of goals in that encounter today. So it's a very good one. So our next one is that we have another one which say that some home-based players, we are still dwelling on the Nigeria football. It says some home-based players beg foreign-based players for money. You understand? Say that some our home-based players, those home-based that are invited to the Nigeria qualification, say they are the home-based, they beg the foreign players for money, which is not good. You understand? So most of these foreign-based players, you see that when they come to camp, they'll distance themselves away from this home-based player, because why? The money that they earn in their club is more higher than the one which they will be paying them in our local league. So it's not supposed to be what is going on right now in the Super Eagles. So we beg the Nigeria Federation to please you increase the pays of these our local based players, so that they'll be they can meet to their own standards, so they'll not be begging these foreigners for money. Thank you.
All right, Oscar, thank you. My next question will be that since Obasogie has now moved down to the Super Eagles team to be doing the work of a goalkeeper, so who will now fill in the vacuum that he has left in the insurance team?
That is a very big question, my brother, my sister. Obasogie, which I have said before, is the number 1 choice of the Better Insurance goalie. So since it's not there right now, that be called for national duty. So I believe that we have some reliable hands that will be in charge before we'll be back from the international duty. So we have the likes of David Obiozo, which is the 2nd choice of the what is it called? Better Insurance yes. Team. So we also have the likes of Joshua Baba. They are also good, so they can stand in for the likes of Omas Obasogie before he return from the international duty. So I expect them. They have every match on Sunday, so which Omas will be absent. So we are begging on them that in the absence of Omas, they should fill in that shoe. They should fill in that shoe.
No, they will. We wish them success and we congratulate Omas on his new achievement. So we are through with the Sport Extra, and we'll move down to Kosi to tell us on the advert at the back page of the Veritas newspaper.
Well, of course, I wouldn't let you go until I tell you that you can advertise your product and your services with us. You can place your announcements on our paper for just a little fee. And also, if you want to publicize your wedding ceremonies, your birthday ceremonies, your housewarming parties, any ceremony at all, we are here for you. And the good news is that our rates are very, very, very affordable. So you can always reach us at the numbers that will be displayed on your screen. You can send us a mail too if you want. You can send us a WhatsApp message. You can also come down to our office. Whichever option you want, we are always available. Achobe can call for just a little fee.
Yeah, thank you, Kosi. And still on the back page, you know, we Nigerians, we like party, we like jollof, rice, good food. So if you have any celebration, you know, there will be jollof, there will be pounded yam, there will be owo soup, black soup, granite soup, all kinds of variety of Nigerian delicacies. You know, na housewarming party, birthday celebration, wedding ceremony, wedding anniversary, so on and so forth. What I want you to know is that you can live stream all these your various events for you at an affordable rate. So please, on our Facebook, we have Veritas Communication Benin City, Veritas Communication Benin. And on our YouTube, we also have Catholic Archdiocese of Benin City Communication, Catholic Archdiocese of Benin City Communication. We are open to you. Please make use of the phone number that will be displayed on the screen. And also, there are our bank account details will be displayed on the screen, and it's also at the back page of our Veritas newspaper. Please do not forget, I'm pleading, support the work of evangelization through the Catholic media and through the bank details that will be displayed on the screen.
Yep.
Thank you.
Definitely supporting the work of evangelization is very necessary. And we are pleading for your support. But yes, we thank you for staying with us. We thank you for listening to us. And we would appreciate your comments. Just tell us whatever you think about what we're doing or what your thoughts are on any of the topics that we might have discussed on. And we will let you know what we think too. Thank you for being here with us. We will see you next edition, which is the December edition. Christmas time. I love Christmas.
Thank you, Oscar. Thank you for coming.
Christmas edition.
Yeah.
To be the next one on sports.
God's
Yeah,
willing.
last sports.
God's willing. My name is Gloria Aigbefo.
I am Amachiko Sisachiko.
I'm Oscar Idiom.
Bye for now.